All right, here is another set of instructions on how to extract files because a lot of people struggle with this. So for the Privy assignment, you're going to download the Privy template. And I've provided you a link to that zip file on Canvas. So once you click on it, you're going to download that file. And for now, just throw it on the desktop. Don't try to put it in your folder. So I'm going to hit the download button and I'm going to pop it out onto my desktop in Windows. So once it goes onto your desktop, click on the up arrow and go to Show in Folder, which is going to open it up and it's going to be on the folder. Then let's right click it and go to Open With and go to Windows Explorer. That's going to give you the Windows Explorer extraction option at the top. See that? So you're going to click on that so that it's full screen. You can see everything. And then click on Extract All. And a box is going to pop up that says select a destination and extract the files. So you're going to want to browse, and then you're going to want to put this on your Google Drive in your folder for this class. So we want it to be in our WWW folder. So select the folder and then hit extract. Now you should have a Privy folder inside your WWW folder. If you've got that, you should be good to go. If you right click and open the index with Google Chrome, you should have a page that looks like this. You're going to be editing this page so that we can have a dessert web page. And the instructions for that are going to be located on Canvas in a Google document. So just make sure that you have this Privy assignment downloaded and installed properly to your folder, your WWW inside a Privy folder. Now when you upload this later on, you're going to upload your Privy to your WordSpace, and you're going to upload a fonts folder of stuff and an images folder of stuff. And you have a worksheet, an actual physical piece of paper. And I want you to go through and do all of those items first. Now I'm going to open up Dreamweaver and give you a little bit of a preview of that. Okay, now I'm in Dreamweaver, and so I should make sure that I am in my WD Spring 21 folder, with my WWW folder on my Google Drive, and that I see my Privy folder. Now we've got a couple of things we're going to have to do here. One of those is you're going to go ahead, and I would do this right now, you're going to go ahead and link your index folder, your index page. You have an icon on there that's for this dessert web page, and it's on your menu, which I can't see my menu because of the way my screen is, but I'm going to come down here and find it. It might be easier to find it in here on my sidebar somewhere. Menu. Okay, there's all the little LIs. Let's see if we can get to it. Okay, so here is my dessert page. So you want to make sure that your Privy, that it's going to your Privy folder, and then it's going to go to the index page. And I told you to do that on the previous one, but now we actually have the page, so you should be able to test this out. So if you open up just from your folder, so from your WWW, if you right click and open your index now, and open with Chrome, and you click on your dessert page, it should take you now to this Privy page. Okay? And that's what we want it to do. We want it to take us to our page. All right? So double check that before you start working on everything. That way you know that page is going to work when everything is said and done. And then I would close it. Mine was already linked, so I'm good. And then you'll be doing everything here from your Privy page. You have a Privy index page. Now you're going to end up having multiple pages. You're going to have an index page. You're going to have a history page. You're going to have several pages. What you need to do first is get this page to look like you want it to, okay? So don't make the other pages yet. You're not ready for that, okay? So don't make the other pages yet. Now you're going to notice this is not utilizing Bootstrap, so you're not going to have all the stuff that we're used to having here lately. If we look at the default CSS that's already put in here, we do have things that are styled. And when you hover over those colors, it'll show you what they are. You know, it has, when you point to your links, you hover, text decoration is set to none. It's created a container, but it's not a Bootstrap container, but it tells you what the width of that container is. So like right now, it's at 1200 pixels. If you don't like that, you might want to put it at 100% so that it goes all the way across and doesn't get cut off. That's going to be up to you, because if you might have noticed, it does get cut off when we get smaller here, because it's not set, that container is not set to be scalable. Okay, so there are some things you might want to do in here just to kind of make it a little more you. This is not using like the most updated version. You're not going to see that meta with the viewport link. Like that's not in there. So you might want to consider doing some of those things that we know to do. But then you're going to get this main page set up. Your head's going to be in a circle. In order for that to work, your head needs to be a square. So you're going to need to crop it into a square. Make sure it's a decent picture of you, please. Go take another one if you need to. And then you're going to have 3 different top parts. So like over here where these people are, you are told in your instructions to investigate in the assets panel for things. Assets panel is going to show you where all these things are. Now, unfortunately, you're not just going to see the Privy stuff. You're going to see everything. So over here where it says full path, I would click on that, and that way you can see which ones are Privy. See that? And so now I can see this Pico 1. This is the Pico 1 that's in the Privy. This is the Pico 2 that's in the Privy. When you get ready to add yours, like for instance, if you go and resave a picture of yourself, after you resize it, I would save over this Pico 2. But you do want to make sure it's the same size. And it sometimes like this just doesn't, like sometimes you have to refresh these to get them to go. Let me hit my button again here to put these all in order. But we want to see the dimensions, and we can see here this one's not necessarily giving us the dimensions. So if you cannot get that to pop up, what you can do is go out to Windows to do that. So I'm going to come out here to my WWW folder, go to your Privy folder, go to Images, and then change it up here to View, to Details, and then up here where all these tags are, there is one called Dimensions, and you might have to go to More to get to it, but if you go to that, then you'll know what size it is. Alternatively, you could just open up one of these pictures in some program like Pixlr, and then when you look in there, it'll tell you what size that is, so you make sure that your picture is the same size. Or what I kind of cheaty do sometimes is if I open it up, say like in Photoshop, this Pico 1, instead of resizing and making a whole new image, I just paste my image in on top of their image. So if I had something saved on my computer, I would just come in here and place it on top of that. It's File Place. But I would place it on top of that. Let's pretend it's this wall. And then I would just hold Shift from the corner, and I would just size this out. And so now this is exactly the same size as theirs, but it doesn't have them on there. So I can now add my dessert, and I can add my words or whatever. And then I can just save over this first picture. I'm just save over the whole thing. Save it back as a JPEG. I think that's what it was to begin with. Save over it. And then, you know, that's it. And you can do the same thing with Pixlr or whatever. You've just got to put it in there once you're done. So now I have a brick wall. Okay, so you're going to want to create one of those, and then you have to have 3 different pictures with 3 different things. These are going to be your headings for those pages. So read your instructions when it tells you, and you're going to do all of this stuff first. Okay, so do all the background information right on your paper. But here are the pages that you're going to do: index, history, and reasons. And you want to get the index set up, and I have you make some notes in paper. So here's all this good stuff, right? Modify that copyright line on the first page because you want all of them to match. So do the first page first. So once I get in here, like this doesn't have a proper title bar. I need to go ahead and put, you know, Tanya's dessert webpage, peanut butter pie or whatever as a title. So when I make the other 2 pages, they all say that too. Down here at the bottom, I don't want it to say copyrightsitename.com. I want to put a copyright symbol here. I want to put 2021, and I just want to put my name. I'm not going to use their photos, so I'm going to get rid of that. But we did get this template from them, so we will leave their template line alone. So you do need to update that. You could put a cute little icon down there if you wanted to. You know, you can do whatever else that you want to do. It's up to you. But follow the instructions. You've got this whole class period and the next whole class period to work on this project. So make sure you go through and do all of this preliminary work first, because you are taking someone else's template and this is not a bootstrap template. So you're going to have to do a little bit of investigating as to how they did things before you get started. All right, good luck.